Yon! Welcome to another episode of Inside the Mind of. Siyempre, my name is Ken Somera and dito, pag-uusapan natin ngayon, actually ang ganda kasi we are gonna go deep with understanding coaching, leadership, and mindset ng mga CEO. Siyempre, wow, sobrang ganda na episode na to ngayon. Grabe. It's been a while. Si Edwin,
Yeah.
kasama natin dito, Inside the Mind of Edwin Soriano. Hi!
Thank you so much, Ken, for having me. Alam mo, I'll start this. I'll start by saying this, no. When I first got to speak to Ken, when I first got to speak to you, ikaw yung nakapag-reframe para sa akin about hypnosis.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember this,
I
but
think si Wilson. Hi, Wilson.
Si Wilson ba
si
nag-introduce
Wilson.
sa atin, no?
Si Wilson.
Yeah, because I got to learn about the kind of work that you guys were doing with
Hmm.
Wilson and in your group na. And then I shared something with you which you helped me understand better. You helped me reframe hypnosis
Hmm.
by saying, actually, yung ginagawa ko na, by that time, that might have been 2022, 2020,
Mga ganun.
2023 yata, if I
20,
remember correctly.
20-ish.
2023. And then essentially what you said is the work that I've been doing for the past, for the previous 10 years or so at that time was already hypnosis.
Already. Yes.
I just don't call it that way.
Yeah,
And then when I was reflecting about what you shared, yeah, that sounded quite right. Kasi
Yeah.
ang laki ng shift ng mindset ng mga clients ko.
Yeah.
And I just didn't call it hypnosis. And essentially, yeah. So thank you. Thank you for
Siyempre.
helping reframe my understanding of hypnosis.
You're welcome.
And yeah, I'm excited for our conversation
Oo,
today,
yan.
Ken.
Bago natin pag-usapan yung mga bagay-bagay, I think, there are lots of questions in my mind right now na gusto kong itanong sa'yo.
Sure.
Sobrang dami. Pero siguro, let's start with setting the frame muna. Let's set the frame muna. So, could you tell our audience, like, what have you been passionately doing for the past, sabihin natin, for the past decade?
Yeah,
Oh.
sure. So what have I been passionate about in the past decade? I'm actually almost at 15 years, 1.5 decades doing coaching. I started with ICF, International Coach Federation. I learned that through a seminar called Star Shooters, where I was a participant at first. So that's people synergistically involved. I started when I was in my rock bottom, and I needed coaching at that time. So I got coaching. I received coaching from my coach, Coach Lin in Baguio. And then after I got coaching, parang, wow, okay, pwede pala to. Meron palang ganito. I wanted to get involved in coaching.
Okay.
So I learned ICF in 2008. Many years later, in 2013, 5 years na pala yun, 2013, I started learning NLP as applied to training naman. That was with Karel Mangaliag of Training Station. So I learned NLP for training, and yet the skills that we were being taught was for one-on-one coaching.
Okay.
And so, after getting our trainings, there was a turnaround point. For some strange reason, this morning, I was listening to this turnaround point kasi may ino-orient kami. Anyway, there was a turning point.
Oh, pwede ko itanong sa'yo turning point mo eh. Meron ganun eh. Ito yung buhay mo bilang, boom!
Yes. So, essentially, until 2015-ish, hindi, 2013. Until 2013, medyo casual coach ako until I coached a survivor of Yolanda.
Okay.
And because prior to that, lahat ng kinoach ko was in the classroom of my mentor, si Karel. I was coaching for her, coaching her clients, coaching among us classmates. And then when I met this survivor of Yolanda from Tacloban, he was here in Manila, and then I coached him. Namatayan siya ng pamilya. He lost his family, and he was here in Manila, essentially ulila. He's an orphan, and then parang wala siyang eye contact, wala siyang diwa. He was existing, and yet, so when I coached him, nagkaroon siya ng diwa. Parang naging tao uli siya.
Okay.
Because he was empty
Okay.
after the trauma.
Okay.
He was like empty. After coaching, and then parang, thank you Lord for this gift of NLP that we've been equipped with. And I want to use this more intentionally, more deliberately. I started bringing together our classmates and learning together. And yeah, since then, 2013 onwards, I've been focused on NLP and coaching. Once upon a time, I'd coach anybody, teenagers, moms, professionals, etc., etc. And in the past 2-3 years, I've been focusing myself more on CEOs and business owners. And that's a short summary of what I've been doing the
Okay.
past 1.5 decades.
Ganda, no? Ganda, no? Ganda.
Yeah.
Ako, habang nakikinig ako sa story mo, ramdam ko eh. Ramdam ko. Kasi, alam mo, nakwento ko naman sa'yo din kahit paano how I started.
Mm.
Pero siguro, let's go deeper. Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go deeper.
Go.
When you say coaching, I mean, syempre palagi naman natin i-explain yan eh. Ano bang meaning ng isang coach? Kasi may coach, may mentor, di ba? So, may mga definitions na, hindi, kasi, again, pag you're coaching, it's so different from mentoring. It's so different from doing therapy. So, coaching is, lalo sa mga professional certifying bodies and other things, meron talaga sila definition. Pero siguro, I want to hear from you.
Sige.
I mean, ano na yung definition mo ngayon, ha?
Yeah.
Kasi probably, years back, iba rin yung definition
Right,
mo.
right,
Ako, ganun din.
right.
So, ngayon.
Sige, game.
Okay,
So,
exciting.
this is how I describe coaching and mentoring. No? I feel many people's... anyway, sige. So, mentoring, I can... when I explain this to my students or to clients, I would say, I can mentor you so that you can become better at what I do.
Okay.
Mentoring. Essentially, I am passing on knowledge, skills, wisdom, if you want. That's coming from me, giving it to you so that you can be better at what I do. Mentoring.
Skill. Okay, sige.
Okay? Coaching is, I can coach you so that you will be better at what you do.
Ganda, no?
Essentially.
Simple na, di ba?
And the
Simple
gestures
lang.
are,
Simple lang.
kasama na tong gestures na I've said those lines so much that the gestures come with it so that mas madaling maintindihan.
Yeah, visual. Di ba? Visual. Importante yan eh. So, kasi maganda ng may clarity tayo doon.
Yeah.
Because, syempre, when we were starting, for example,
Yeah.
there were like sobrang specifics eh. Gets mo siguro sinasabi ko. Hindi yan ganyan. Ito yun. Ganito yung ginagawa
Not this,
mo.
you do this.
Di
Diba?
ba?
I get that eh. Ang ini-imagine ko as we're discussing this is parang martial arts eh. Pag estudyante ka ng martial arts, you need to get the form right already. Okay, you can also look at dancing. Kunyari, natututo ka ng dancing, meron niyang bilang, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever that is, no? And then later on, they actually start flowing.
Okay.
So, the point I'm making is, right here, right now, in my practice, naglalaro na yung mentoring and coaching.
Yes.
Within a coaching session, ayun, sometimes I am actually, and then once upon a time, I learned this also from one of our colleagues, na tinuro niya sa akin, sometimes there is a need to distinguish within a coaching session. I'm speaking to a client for 1 hour. Sometimes there's a need to distinguish mentoring from coaching. One tool na natutunan ko, okay, I'm taking out my coaching hat.
I do that as well.
And I'm wearing my mentoring hat. Okay. Kasi meron akong alam dyan.
Okay.
Magaling ako dyan. And this time, I am mentoring you. I'm telling you that this is what I would do in your situation. And then, okay, mamaya, back to my coaching hat. How do you feel about whatever? Okay? Or what are you discovering about yourself?
Yun actually gusto ko itanong susunod eh. Kasi, yun. Ako, sa akin, pareho tayo ng ginagawa. Pareho tayo. Kaya nakakatuwa. Sa akin, okay. This is now me can as a coach and not as your mentor talking. Or minsan, this is me as your mentor kailangan ko i-frame eh.
Yeah.
Kailangan eh. Kasi tama ka nga, may time sa isang coaching call na hindi na coaching call eh. Minsan kailangan mo talaga i-inject eh.
Yeah.
Now, ito yun.
Yeah.
When they ask for answers, are you coaching or are you mentoring?
What's an example?
Kailangan ko ng sagot. Ito yung problema ko.
Okay.
Kasi di ba? It happens eh. Ito yung problem. Sa utak mo, alam mo na yung sagot, pwede mo na sabihin sa kanila.
Yeah.
Pero, again, if we give them the answer so easily, it's still different when they find the answers themselves.
Yeah.
So,
So, dun sa tanong mo, sagutin mo na lang ako.
bigay mo na sa akin sagot, di ba? Coach, ano ba? Ano ba yung sagot ko dito? I mean,
Siguro, I'm trying to recall my coaching experiences, and there are just a few people who have come to that point na
bigay mo na sa akin yung sagot.
Yung magkakakamutan na ng ulo. Ano ba? Bigay mo na.
Sabihin mo na sa akin.
Daming paligid. So, I would consider it far in between na natatanong ako ng ganyang diretsahan. Because often, okay, so one way that I coach is actually through stories.
Yeah.
So, mas madalas na umaabot kami sa stories, metaphors, as a way to coach, to provide them with an answer, not necessarily the answer, to provide them with an answer which actually is not a direct response to them asking for a question. It actually creates the space for them to come up with an answer that is aligned or congruent with what they are. Ang stories kasi there's a specific way that we tell the stories. The way I explain it is I don't give the moral of the story. So if there is a 100% of the story or 10 chapters of the story where chapter 10 is the lessons from chapter 1 to 9 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, I do not give them the last chapter. I give them the 9 chapters of the stories and leave it up to them to come up with their own lessons from the stories. So, yun. That's maybe one reason why I don't often get the question, Coach Edwin, sabihin mo na lang sa akin yung sagot. Because it often goes into stories where they will come up and then sometimes I say, I don't usually use this, but you're learning something, you're discovering something, and then often they'd say yes by that time dahil they've put my story together with their knowledge, their what they're going through. Tas nagiging heart na siya. Ayan. I use this gesture also. My first half of the story and their second half of the story creates that answer for them.
Ganda. Ito, medyo hindi ko alam kung magiging jargon na to for other people, pero siguro, sulitin ko na. Nandito na tayo, nag-uusap naman tayo. I saw one approach that parang not all people do. It's what we call cementing.
Okay.
Natutunan ko to sa mentor ko ng hypnotherapy.
Okay.
Ang naging setup niya is when your client already finds the answer themselves, you ask them why.
Yeah. Okay.
Tapos, i-justify nila ngayon yung answer na yun kung bakit yun ng ganun.
Right.
And I saw it very, very useful. Pero, sige, balik muna ako dun sa, ang dami ko nga question. Sabi ko, ang dami kong question sa'yo.
Ako rin, parang may mga gusto ko i-insert din. Pero itong why na to.
Pwede tayo mag-part 2.
Okay.
Pwede tayo mag-part 2. Walang problema.
You're talking about cementing. Actually, just being very transparent, I'm learning this actually in the past 6 months, 1 year, in terms of sales actually.
Okay.
When a client decides that, yes, I'm going to invest a few 100,000 pesos in our program, Aside from saying, yes, okay, we'll do onboarding in a few days, tomorrow or whatever, I also ask them why. Because I want them to hear from themselves why they made that decision to come into the program. So, ayun, it's actually new to me to hear it being referred to as cementing. So,
Yun yung naging
it's
term kasi ng mentor ko
I
when
see. Okay.
parang part siya nung process na tinuro niya sa amin for hypnotherapy. So kumbaga after the therapy, meron pa yung mga waking hypnosis. Basta may mga terms na ganun. I don't want to go deeper with that. Pero
Cementing.
susunod na question ko kasi you get to work with founders, business
Yeah.
owners,
Yeah.
CEOs, to that level. Di ba?
Yeah.
Yung term natin dyan is executive coaching.
Yes.
So, what led you to go that route? Yan. Oh.
Okay. It's more of a productivity decision. I have a choice. No disrespect to all levels of workers, no. And essentially, it's a decision about how much impact I can create in a 1-hour session.
Yeah.
So I can decide to coach, and I've been doing this for a decade, to coach anybody who asks for help.
Yeah.
I can decide to coach a manager who's struggling, naka-PIP na siya, performance review na siya, and he wants to improve himself. And then I can a manager na managing a team of 5 or 10 people,
Yeah.
or a business owner who is managing an organization of 50 people, 100, 500 people, branches throughout the Philippines or worldwide. And it's the same 1 hour that I'm using
Yeah.
for the manager and for the CEO. Ayun, it's just an intentional use of my time, productivity, to say na I want to cater to that one person who's a CEO, who has influence over his whole organization and his family, by the way, because my way of helping that manager down there is by helping his boss, essentially. Matulungan ko yung CEO,
That makes
alam ko
sense.
na yung isang oras ko with him will have an impact on the entire organization. I'll give you an example. I was with a CEO of billions. They're in the billions level. And ayun, pumasok yung founder CEO. And with his experience with me, nagbago yung training portfolio nila for the year. Nagbago from purely technical technical training. Nagkaroon na ng essentially what the industry calls soft skills. So communication, relationships, and all these, growth mindset. Hindi na super technical na certifications in Agile and all these things. And that has an impact on the entire organization. The other thing that happened is pinasok na rin niya yung mga co-founders niya. So
Okay.
that they're aligned
Supported
in leading
and
that.
aligned then with what he learned, they
Yeah.
learn also.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Very important
kitang-kita
yan.
yung impact, not just to his organization, also to his family, yung relationships nila with his family,
Ganda,
with
no?
the people that he works with. So, yun, the use of my 6 hours, 12 hours with this CEO, essentially, na-bless ko na rin yung mga managers, mga leaders niya. Because I spent 6, 12 hours with that CEO, na-bless ko na rin yung organization niya. So,
Galing.
leverage na yung oras ko with them.
I think, paano ko ba i-frame to? Ako, nai-elibs ako when we get to see people get that, hindi lang aha moment eh. Aha moments are there eh. But when you see them realize the things that they haven't been focusing on for the longest time, or natutunan nila na parang, ito pala yun. You helped me, coach, you helped me find this. Tapos now they're taking action.
Yes.
Tapos,
super.
Pardon the word, tangina.
Interesting.
Hindi ko
Para sa'yo, it's a
yun
tangina
eh.
moment.
It's a tangina moment eh. Na
Para sa
parang-
akin, it's a thank you, Lord moment.
Sa akin, tangina moment siya. Hindi kasi, yung pag
Gets ko yan,
bumalik,
gets
pag
ko yan.
bumalik sa'yo yung client na yun, tapos, Coach, Thank you. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Hi. Pa-fist bump naman dyan.
This makes
we're not
really
alone,
good,
di
eh.
ba?
Oh,
Parang-
yeah.
yeah. What
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
describing
yeah.
actually is very much relatable.
Coach,
I
thank you.
feel this
Coach,
affinity with
thank
you,
you.
di ba? Ang
Oh my God. What do you say?
nakakatawa kasi tayo nagkakaintindihan tayo in what
What
we're
do you
referring to.
say?
What
do you
mean?
say?
What's
Kari,
the question?
lumapit si client. Tapos, Coach,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. So really, number one, it's overwhelming, and I receive it graciously. Sa essentially, thank you for thanking me. I appreciate
Okay.
your appreciation. That's one. And I also lift it up to the Lord, my God.
Yeah.
Kasi, ayun, typically, really, my response is, thank you, Lord. I say thank you, Lord, because, ayun, NLP is a technology.
Yeah.
It's a way of doing things, and I believe it's a gift from God,
Yeah.
essentially.
Agree.
Once upon a time, a doctor said na pharmaceuticals, gift yan kay God. Binigyan tayo ng tools para i-heal biologically, chemically, physiologically. And it's the same with NLP. I feel that it's a gift from God, and I redirect it. Often, I tell clients na I'm an instrument. Paraan ako. I was a path towards your healing. I'm not necessarily the healer. I don't know if it's weird for our audience. Hindi naman weird sa audience natin.
naman.
No?
Oh, very wide naman tayo. Again, we just focus on ourselves. I mean, they have their own
Sila.
opinions and bahala sila.
Go sila.
Kasi bakit naging topic din to yung thank you na yan? Kasi minsan ang sinasabi ko lang, you know what? It's all you. You made that realization and you made those changes,
Yeah.
and
You made
it's
those
not
decisions.
you
Yeah.
thanking me.
Yeah.
Now when you say that, it's me thanking you also, because again, when I agreed to work with you and you agreed to work with me as your coach, we're working together. I'm supporting you with your goal. Ang isang naging concept ko nga niyan, I think we could both agree with this. Sometimes it just needs one person to believe in them to make that change. And most of the time, they feel that a lot of people don't get to give him or her the support that he needs for that change, and they hire a coach well, we're getting paid for it, of course, but again, we choose our clients Tama naman, di ba?
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
choose
yeah,
our
yeah.
clients Hindi naman tayo basta kukuha lang ng client basta nandyan. Hindi Kaya siguro ang kaya kong i-add dito sa convo na to is it's not all fun and games when you're a coach. It requires dedication, it requires passion, it requires consistent upskilling. Hindi tayo pwedeng nahuhuli, manahuli ka lang ng konti, nakikita mo people change.
Yeah.
So, sige, I want to go back to you. As we were talking kanina, you introduced a concept to me. You said the word skyrocket.
Okay.
And I'm curious.
Sige. Ano ka na rin?
Connect natin.
Yeah. I wanted to build actually on believe. For us, sometimes people just need to know that somebody believes in them. Siguro in some way that was what one of my mentors. I was a student of Asian Institute of Management once upon a time, and I had a mentor there. Parang ano ba to? He was an old man. I met him when he was 80 years old.
Okay.
So parang ano ba tong lolo na to? He likes spending time with me. Parang
Oh, wow.
And then parang
Ang sarap.
tuwan-tuwa ako sa kanya because he believed so much in me, as if he believed more in me than I believed in myself.
Yeah.
And parang that was such a, I don't know what to, it was a catalyst for me na parang ito ngang teacher ko na hindi ko nga alam kung ano nakikita niya sa akin.
Yeah.
So that is one of the roles that I have for my clients as well.
Mm.
To believe that they can be better.
Yeah.
To believe that there is more that they na kaya nila is by itself a service already. And the Skyrocket program is a lot about that. Because I don't bring just their story of what has happened in their past. I also bring my stories of how my clients in the past decade
Okay.
and a half have created, how my past clients have created their results, and the belief, kasi ang dami ko na nakitang clients na nag-evolve, na nag-grow, na nag-heal, na nag-skyrocket. And for me to transfer that belief also to them na alam ko kaya ninyo dahil I've seen it so many times already. That again is a service to them because not so many people are in an environment where people don't believe in them.
Environment. Wow. Yeah.
And also, of course, many people don't believe in themselves. Even I get stuck sometimes in that situation.
Hindi naman tayo, porke coach tayo at we work
exactly.
like this, we know how to work with it na magic kaya rin natin gawin sa sarili natin kagad. We also go through those stuff.
We go through our own doubts as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I go through that as well. And it's, I can also call it, it's therapy for me to be coaching others because I learn about myself also while I'm coaching.
Yeah.
I learn about myself through my clients when they encounter their own self-discoveries. Parang, syempre tahimik lang ako dito, pero parang that's the same lesson. The thing that my client is learning right now is actually the same lesson that I need to learn or I'm learning or I just learned very recently. So Skyrocket is also a transfer of belief from my own experience with my past clients. A transfer of belief na kaya mo rin yan. I've seen this so many times. It's not just really encouragement. It's, I don't know what to call it right now. I'm not sure what the word is, but it's not just encouragement. It's parang hindi kaya mo yan. It's not that eh.
Hindi rin push eh. Hindi.
It's maya-maya
baka mahanap.
mahanap natin yung
word that comes to my mind is kasi alignment with self eh. To help them find alignment with self. Help them either find the clarity to actually move forward. Baka kasi hindi... Well, I don't know. Baka mahanap mo yung word.
So, the way Skyrocket works kasi is they declare a goal.
Okay.
So, typically, I get a 12-month goal. Okay, declare your goal. Of course, many have 3-5-year goals. No? And then we put it into a 1-year goal. And then, okay, I think maybe by discussing with you, I will find the word. No? With that 1-year goal, there are things that are stopping them from getting that 1-year goal.
Yeah.
You alluded somewhat to that earlier in our conversation. Na minsan, nasusweep mo under the rug na eh. Yung mga, example, meron kang fears about approaching, let's call them, na parang feeling mo, pang provincial ka lang. Oh, dito lang ako sa Luzon. Or, how about your dreams about going nationwide? Or even regional or global, where are those dreams? Kasi whatever limiting belief it is, no? And people get stuck in their limiting beliefs.
Yep.
So in Skyrocket, really, the goal is not to encourage them. Hindi kaya mo yan. It's not that eh. It is stripping away the limiting beliefs.
Okay.
Interesting. Limiting beliefs. Believe. So maybe it's really, the shedding off of the limitations that we're focusing on Skyrocket. And parang mga baggage natin, mga additional weight that we've been carrying for 30, 40, 50 years, na if only we let go of that weight, we realize, uy, kaya ko palang lumipad.
Yeah, ganda. Ang ganda. Yun. Ang ganda. Shedding off the limiting beliefs, no?
Yeah.
Well, if you put it visually, you could see it as weight.
Wait.
Di ba?
Mm.
Ang bigat.
Mm,
So, for how many years buhat ng tao yon?
Yeah.
So, and some don't even know that they're
Yeah.
carrying those weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
And attending this program,
Helps them
shed
shed
nila
the
yung
weight.
weight na yun.
There's an
Ganda,
interesting...
What would happen if ang gaan na ng pakiramdam mo? You could do more things.
So, I just had a conversation with one of our clients. And then, she's around 45 years old.
Yeah.
And she was saying na this Holy Week, kakatapos lang ng Holy
Ah.
Week, this Holy Week there was a word she used, sandali she said it was the richest Holy Week that she had experienced. And when she say richest, was so soul-filling.
Okay.
So, parang dami niya, so much that she learned about herself. And it's not as if ako yung nagdagdag sa kanya. Parang feeling ko ako yung nagbawas sa fears niya.
Okay. I get what you mean.
Sa filters niya, sa shield niya, ako yung nagbawas sa shield niya. So much na, for instance, sabi nga niya she was praying to God. So I asked her, what contributed the most to that richness of that Holy Week?
Yeah.
And she said, I prayed, and parang sinagot ako ni Lord or something. He met me where I was.
Oy, ganda.
The thing is, I was saying, if you've been praying this, sabihin natin for 20 years, you've been praying for the Lord to meet you where you are or to it's not as if He said, diyan ka lang sabihin natin Maria, okay? Diyan ka lang muna Maria, may ginagawa pa ako. It's not that. In the past 20 years, He's actually been ready. Ikaw ang hindi pa ready. And for whatever reason it was, in the past few weeks, you became ready to meet Him where you...
Maabot ka na dun sa frequency, sa alignment,
That's
understanding.
yes. Magkakapareho kami ng language nito in some way.
Gets yan.
And thereby, it's the stripping away of the limiting beliefs. So one way is the weight. There's another metaphor that it's a quote that from the artist sculptor Michelangelo. Michelangelo was, the story was, may nagtanong daw sa kanya nung ginagawa daw niya yung isa niyang sculpture. He was pounding on block of marble. And then, how did you know daw na may angel dyan sa loob ng marble? That was the story. I don't know if the story is but the quote that comes out from this is, I carved the stone to set the angel free.
Ganda. Ganda nun. Kasi di ba, malaking block. Tapos, saka palang lalabas yun eh.
And,
so nice.
And yun, I feel it's the stripping away para lumabas yung tunay
na value. Identity.
The identity.
Identity.
These are words, by the way, that same client was using. She was saying na this year I became more real. This year,
authentic, sincere, clear. Yan, ang dami. May mga ganun, it could be, minsan kasi when we're talking about emotions, ang hirap siyang ikahon sa isang word. Minsan challenge siya.
Yeah.
Pero sige, going to working with Skyrocket, I want to understand more who is this for. I mean, it's not for everyone. May mga ginagawa tayong programs na specific for this. Who is this for?
So Skyrocket, the way we're doing it now is really for business owners and CEOs who've tried so many things already. They've gone the academic route, they've gone the self-help book route. They've gone through seminars already, and by the way, many of my clients have looked towards the systems and processes. Yes, you need to do that. And then nagawa na nila, and yet their people, they're still finding na, oh, bakit ako pa rin gumagawa?
Okay.
Bakit hindi ko ma-delegate? Bakit I'm still stuck training and getting burnt, training my people and then getting burnt out because umuulit-ulit. So it is for the business owner who has tried external solutions. I refer to external as something that you can buy out there, something that you can hire out there to solve the problem, and yet, hindi pa rin nasosolve. So at that point, they start realizing na, oops, mukhang, what's the common factor in the past 10 years that I've been running this business? It goes back to him. Yeah? Kaya pasaway yung mga tao mo because number one, you've tolerated it, you've allowed it. Kaya kaya ka nanakawan dahil ikaw din, you didn't create the enough systems to and it's coming back to you. Bakit nga ba? Bakit nga ba hindi ko masisante yung empleyado ko na magaling, yung nga lang nagnanakaw siya, bakit hindi ko siya masisante? Or how come, etc., etc. People who are ready to face that a big part of the solution in their company is themselves. Their own leadership, their own fears, their own limiting beliefs, their own insecurities. When we have a business owner like that, na okay, they're humble enough to say, mukhang ako na nga yata yung bottleneck. That's when we have a great match for Skyrocket. Kasi really in Skyrocket, it's really the stripping away. We do have the aspect of Skyrocket where we go through their goals, the technical side of their goals, the numbers. And yet, a big part of Skyrocket really is them confronting their fears, their dilemmas, their decision-making, and knowing that they just need to, there's a shift that needs to happen.
Sila yan.
The identity.
Hindi ka agad-agad nangyayari yun eh. Yeah. Kaya ako siya tinanong kung ano, kasi I think with working with really high performance or high change work na mga programs, it has to have a clear like definition kung para kanino yun.
Yeah.
Minsan kasi there are people that are not yet ready for the program. May mga tao na talagang sobrang ready na for the program.
Yeah.
And minsan ang hinahanap din natin as creators is yung saktong ready, na nandun na ready to make those changes na talaga. Ganda na, no? Pag nakita mo yung mga clients nila, no? Ganda, no?
Swak na swak.
Ganda, swak na swak. Pero sige, I mean, para-wrap up na tayo.
Yeah.
Siguro ang question ko dito is, teka lang, could you like invite them to how can they learn more about Skyrocket? Kasi alam ko kulang yung oras natin to actually, ang dami ko pa gusto itanong eh. Pwede pa natin palalimin to, pero I want you to like invite them and tell them more about Skyrocket. Yeah.
So Skyrocket is a 10-week program and many of our
10 weeks?
clients,
Wow.
10 weeks lang. Okay. Many of our clients have come again and again for the program. And it is for business owners and CEOs who have tried various solutions for the challenges that they have with their people, with their systems, processes. And yet, hindi pa rin nila makuha yung hinahanap nila. It's also for people na who are transitioning. They want to empower their people, and yet the CEO, the business owner, is still stuck. Still gets called back in to run the business. Sometimes you are the bottleneck, and for people who have accepted that they need to grow so that their business can grow, that's what Skyrocket is for.
Para sa iyo.
Para sa iyo yun. Yeah, you can find us on Facebook. Most people find us through Facebook. We advertise on Facebook, and you can reach out to our Facebook page. I'm Coach Edwin Soriano. I think I'm probably wearing my branded outfit. You'll see me in this outfit in my profile photo. And yeah, we'll hop on a free call, discovery call and a strategy call. In the strategy call, you'll definitely get to speak to me. And yeah, let's see if we're a match, if your dreams are big enough, because some people's dreams are not big enough. We're looking for people. I'll give you an example. We had a COO wanting to build from 200 branches in the Philippines to 400 branches.
Okay.
Yan ang mga yung mga big dreams that we want to help out with.
Ganda.
We have clients who are growing from 7 projects a month to 20, 30 projects a month in construction. Or we have people in e-commerce who are just wanting to go global. If these are the dreams, if you have dreams that make you say, I need all the help I can get.
Solid, no?
That's the one. Okay. If you have big dreams, so big that you want that you tell yourself, I need all the help I can get. There's a lot of help that we can offer. Let's check if we are a match.
Okay. So, guys, marami ba kayo natutunan with this episode? Kasi, syempre, pwede pa, ang dami pa namin pwede pag-usapan.
Marami pa.
Pero feeling ko kulang yung oras ng isang episode for that. Pero yeah, pwede naman tayo mag-usap ulit. I think, juicy pa yung topics natin with coaching. Siguro, there are lots of, like, para naman sa mga beginner coaches, like life coaches, NLP practitioners, hypnotherapists out there, or aspiring pa lang.
Yeah.
Do you have a tip for them? Like,
Yeah. 3 things. I call this the 3 pillars of. I have a program called Life Coach Excellence Training, and I call these the 3 pillars. Number 1 is skills. That's probably the most common thing that first-time learners get. So acquire the skills. Second thing is application. Okay, apply it to your practice clients. Get in the R's, and then aside from applying it to other clients, apply it to yourself. What can you learn through the skills that you've already learned? Ano yung pwede mong i-apply? There's something sexy. I'll use the word sexy. When a client discovers that the coach himself is also growing, is also applying. Kumbaga, nawo-walk the talk niya. Nawo-walk niya
applying
yung
and
talk
applied. Mga ganun.
Applying and applied. So, which brings me to the third pillar, which is your own growth, your own beingness. So, it's skills application, both self and others, and growth. Are you growing as a person? Kumusta ang relationships mo? Tinutulungan mo ang ibang tao to grow in whatever it is in their personal development. Are you yourself growing?
Yeah.
So 3 things. Don't forget. Remember to do all 3, even while you're starting. And go for it.
Laking bagay, no?
So many people need your help. So go for it.
Salamat. Sa akin, learning ko for this episode, shedding. Nakita ko yung importance nung a lot of people would add. And there's also the importance of removing. Specifically, pag na-identify mo na yung mga bagay that's like, one of my favorite questions, well, what's stopping you? And then that leads you to a realization na, oh nga, no? This has been the people, the beliefs, the habits that have been stopping me for the longest time. And when a person realizes that could instantly lead to the awareness that could lead to the change that they're looking for. Ang laking bagay ng profession na to. Again, there was this belief na I'm still holding onto that belief up till now. It came from a question. What do you want to do for the rest of your life? And the answer that I gave to that question which was a question to myself, was to be a coach, to be a therapist, to still do what I'm currently doing right now. Kasi sabi ko, ito yung nakita kong profession that I feel good when I see a person change their life for the better. For the better. And ang laking, yung kaya nga napasok yung question na yun What yung pag nag-thank you sa'yo yung client mo, and hindi ko pa rin malagyan ng words yung feeling na yun Hindi lang basta thank you, pero nakikita mo kasi yung change na ginawa nila by working with you. And hindi ko maano yung feeling na yun. So, sa amin dalawa ngayon, I see where this conversation at a level na you really have this intention, ramdam. As we're talking, ramdam that it's passion, it's fun for you.
Absolutely.
Hindi siya yung tipong, trabaho siya.
Another coaching session.
Pero siguro next time na mag-usap tayo, I mean, let's go deeper with the word coach, and probably we could talk deeper about leadership.
Sure.
Looking
forward.
Looking forward. So before we go, baka meron ka pang final message for our audience naman.
Work on yourself. You know, people are waiting for you to show up as your best self. Your family is relying on you. Your company is relying on you. And you know you can do better than how you are today. So show up for yourself and bless the world with your awesomeness. And if you need help, Ken and I are here to help. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us in this conversation. Maraming salamat, Ken.
Maraming
for
salamat
creating
din.
this space.
Maraming salamat din. So again, guys, yun lang. See you on the next episode of Inside the Mind of. Itong episode na to, sobrang ganda. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure.
Kita-kits sa susunod. Bye-bye!